in the light of the 21st century. Get ready for the future. Power up with guaranteed low prices in every department at Fry's Electronics.
This AMD Duron-based PC only $229.99. Get 1 hour of never-before-seen Matrix footage, now available for all platforms. This Canon full-feature mini-DV camcorder, only $997.
Remember, your best buys are always at Fry's. Guaranteed.
And another one bites the dust. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and Fry's Electronics. I'm just going to come out and say this one. They're dead. They are absolutely dead. They have actually announced that they are going out of business. And what's interesting about Fry's Electronics is they're not just going out of business, like in the sense that, okay, we're going to start liquidating our assets and people are going, you're going to have like some 20%, then 30%, then 50, 80% off sales. And then like within a month, the stores will close. No. As of the publishing of this video, which is February 24th, 2021, Fry's Electronics ceases operations starting at midnight. So if you watch this video on February 25th, 2021 or later, then that means the store has officially gone under. Now, here is the official statement that they have released, and let us, well, revel in the absolute who are you kidding air about the whole thing. So, after nearly 36 years in business as the one-stop shop and online resource for high-tech professionals across 9 states and 31 stores, Fry's Electronics, Fry's or Company, has made the difficult decision to shut down its operations and close its business permanently as a result of changes in the retail industry and the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The company will implement the shutdown through an orderly wind-down process that it believes will be in the best interest of the company, its creditors, and other stakeholders. The company ceased regular operations and began the wind-down process on February 24th, 2021. It is hoped that undertaking the wind-down through the orderly process will reduce costs, avoid additional liabilities, minimize the impact on our customers, vendors, landlords, and associates, and maximize the value of the company's assets for the creditors and other stakeholders. The company is in the process of reaching out to its customers with repairs and consignment vendors to help them understand that this will mean what this will mean for them and the proposed next step. If you have questions, please contact us using the following email addresses. Please understand if we are a bit slow to respond given the large volume of questions. The company appreciates your patience and support through the process. So if you are a customer who has equipment currently being repaired, please email customer service at frys.com. For customers with items needing repair under performance service contract, please call 800-811-1745. And for consignment vendors needing to pick up their consignment inventory at Fry's locations, please email omnichannel@frys.com. Now, this is a whole, like, who are you kidding thing. Here's the thing. Fry's Electronics has been in a dire state for years. If any company looked like they were actually having a going out of business sale without actually having a going out of business sale, it's Fry's. In fact, I have made 3 videos on this very channel where I went to the Fry's that were near me and one in Vegas, and I kind of looked around the stores and, boy, empty shelves, nobody there. There was basically one guy who seemed to be actually gainfully employed at these stores, and the only job that guy seemed to have was to pay attention to people like me to tell me, don't film, and then I ended up filming anyway because, what are you going to do? I mean, I guess you can call the cops, but I'll leave long before they get here. So, now I will say, the last time I was at Fry's was about a month ago. I was in Vegas. We decided to stop by the Fry's Electronics in Vegas. And I had to say, that store looked like, okay, it was, it had stuff. Like, there weren't too many empty shelves. There were toys or movies. I don't know if you need, like, 12 rows of Philadelphia on Ultra HD 4K Blu-ray. But at least there was stuff there. So it's like, okay, so this store seems to be doing well. Well, I found out that the reason that particular store had merchandise was that basically the company had stuff moved to that location in time for CES last year because they didn't want the shelves to look empty to, people who were going to be in Vegas for the CES show. They still wanted to look like they were in the game. Apparently, that didn't matter too much because most of that merchandise has sat unsold all this time. I went there, and I think the only thing I bought was like a few drinks. Really, that's all. I just bought a few drinks, and I'd buy the occasional anime that was like heavily discounted there, and a couple of video games, but nothing much. Now there is a Fry's near our house, and me and my wife are gonna go over there if they will let us in and do one more little shop around. I probably won't make a video about that. She wants to get some more fragrances because they're really cheap over there. I want to see if there's any last minute Blu-ray or video game deals that I can just pick up. I don't think they'll be arguing too much that someone's going to be there to buy things. Who knows? There might actually be people there who want to go to Fry's one last time. Who knows? It's kind of a shame because Fry's as a store was really cool in terms of design. They had that one in Roseville that I used to work at and then was wrongfully fired for, and I had to sue them. Maybe I can finally share that story now that there's essentially no more Fry's to complain about. But they had like the train theme, and in Vegas they had the slot machine theme, and there was like that gizmo theme in the Bay Area. Like, there was just some, and then the one in Fountain Valley, that one has like an Egyptian theme or something going on. I don't know. Fry's was just really cool in that regard. But to be honest, Fry's also had some problems near the end. I mean, their customer service was notoriously bad. And here's the thing. As someone who worked for them, I could tell you right now, Fry's, when I was working there, wasn't so much concerned about selling merchandise as they were about selling credit cards. You could be the number one salesman in the store. I knew the number one salesman at the Fry's in Roseville. His name was Jerry, by the way. And this guy, he sold TVs and Blu-ray players like nothing else. And because we were friends, once he got the Blu-ray and the TV in the cart, then he would send them to me, where I would recommend the movies that would make the best use of the image and the sound. And this guy made the company tons of money. This guy, I want to say, was also wrongly fired by Fry's because the one thing he didn't push too hard, or maybe he didn't push it at all, were the credit cards. Well, okay, it doesn't matter that you're selling like basically 4 or 5 TVs a day, and that's not an exaggeration. He was really good at his job. You're not getting anyone to sign up for credit cards, therefore we really don't have any use for you. And it just created this, and also because things were commission based to a certain extent, the salesmen fought with each other. It created conflicts when the customers came in. So customers came in with arguing employees, like 15 or 20 people asking them to sign up for a credit card before they would even get to the register. And lousy customer service because, managers of departments did not want to take returned merchandise because merchandise that is returned came out of their pocket to a certain extent. It hurt their commission. So, it was just and look, I'm not saying I'm against commission salesmen. In fact, Circuit City was pretty much awesome while they were making commissions, and then they started sucking when they became minimum wage employees. There is something to be said about paying employees more. But Fry's created problems where, it was in the employee's best interest to sell as much merchandise as possible, but that wasn't going to help them because if they did not get enough credit card signups, which did not benefit them in any way, they would get fired. Like, that was literally Fry's mantra. You're going to get credit card signups or you're going to get fired. I should actually stop now because I should make this its own video at some point. But anyway, getting back to the whole Fry's thing, I do think it's funny that they highlight changes in the retail industry and the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. You know what? Fry's was practically empty long before the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Fry's website sucks. You want to see what Fry's website is? Let's go Fry's Electronics. Let's go to their website. Oh, they took down the website. Yeah. It's kind of a shame because, their website was like a masterclass in what not to do. Search engine stunk. You would find items that were never in stock. They didn't have current things. Now, apparently, one of the things that Fry's did a while ago is that they decided to go from buying merchandise to a contingency model. Basically, they would only pay for merchandise that they sold. Well, clearly a lot of companies did not want to deal with that. In fact, Samsung stopped dealing with Fry's years ago because of unpaid bills. So all the stuff that you do see in the Fry's stores right now is stuff that was either there for years before they moved to the contingency model, or they were stuff that vendors were like, okay, yeah, I guess we'll do that. Here's the merchandise, pay us as it sells. That's also why in this notice, they have this thing for consignment vendors needing to pick up their consignment inventory at Fry's locations. Please email omnichannel. Now, what's interesting about that is, of course, they're not giving them a lot of time to pick this stuff up. So basically, rather than liquidate and have to pay these consignment vendors full price for discounted items, they're just shuttering the stores. Now, what happens to that merchandise that is not consignment inventory? I don't know. I guess it's going to wind up at Goodwill. I can't think of anything else they could do at that point, because this is one of the reasons why stores have liquidation products. Hey, you know what? The merchandise is yours, and you still have bills to pay. You might as well sell it at like a fraction of the cost, get something out of it, write off the loss as a tax write-off, and move on. That's typically what happens. But, Fry's, which is owned by the Fry's brothers, they are not a publicly traded company. They're private, and they did some really dumb things. When things were high and mighty and the retail business was booming, and like some 20% of the nation's DVDs and video games were sold at Fry's Electronics, hey, they abused their customers and they literally tortured and threatened their employees with their jobs. Now, after years of mismanagement, they're finally closing, and they have the nerve to blame it on the changes in the retail industry and the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The changes in the retail industry basically means that you just have to do your job better. You have to make your store more fun. And the thing is, if you look at some videos of people who would walk around in Fry's before they started sucking majorly, man, Fry's looks like a fun place to hang at the very least. Why they didn't continue down that road, I don't know. No. As for COVID-19, you know what? The store shelves were empty long before COVID-19. And of course, I am frankly a little shocked that this is happening tonight. I cannot stress that enough. There is no wind down process for the public. They will end their operations tonight. And that is interesting. That is very, very interesting. So anyway, I might make one or two more Fry's videos just to kind of reminisce and maybe share the story. But for the time being, I don't know, Fry's. I mean, part of me is going to miss you in your wacky stores, and then part of me says good riddance. You should have treated people better. I don't know. What do you think? I'd love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.